Hi, I'm Tom Martin. I'm the face and story behind 1% Health. After spending the first 50 years of my life following the advice of the U.S. government and the medical community regarding a healthy lifestyle, I suddenly was diagnosed with heart failure. Within a few months, I was so sick I was in and out of hospitals and was rapidly dying.
I was finally so ill and weak I required a cane to walk and an oxygen tank to breathe. They told me I would need a heart transplant. I was absolutely against this, yet on the other hand, I was losing ground rapidly. Here I am about 4 months after my diagnosis. And then, just about 3 months later, it was decided that I would have surgery to implant a left ventricular assist device, also known as an LVAD, to keep me alive. The LVAD takes blood from the left ventricle of the heart and pumps it around to the aorta and on to the rest of the body. It restored my blood flow and brought me a second chance to address my illness and find answers. This is a picture of me just before I was wheeled into surgery and then about 5 days later in ICU. Since the only real answer my doctor could give me was a heart transplant, I decided to look on my own and began reading obsessively. I found many resources and read many books. I found a path to healing I wanted to try and then found a doctor willing to work with me. 2 months after the implantation of the LVAD, there were already signs my heart was healing. I took a 5-pronged approach to healing. The first was I began buying and eating a nutrient-dense diet. The second was eliminating toxins in my life. The third was taking nutrients essential for my body to heal. The fourth was balancing the hormones in my body, and the fifth was exercise. 15 months after its implant, my LVAD was surgically removed. I now work to educate others to reach their optimal or 1% level of health. I have written about my journey in my first book, 1%, My Journey Overcoming Heart Disease. Here's my question to you. Do you have some sort of chronic ailment that has lasted more than a year? One in which you have seen a doctor, followed his advice, and taken the medicine he prescribed? Are you well, or are you still sick? If you are still sick, you might want to consider taking control of your own health and following the advice in my books. I have a new book to help educate you as to how to make small changes in your life, one step at a time, until you no longer need to worry about heart disease, cancer, type 2 diabetes, and a host of other ailments. Your body is in a constant state of healing. Give it what it needs and eliminate what works against it, and you will live a long and healthy life.